Okay, we've got Crimea out of the gate against Tagawa, Nordic, and Saxony. We got engineering. So Crimea Engineering is one that I like, and gonna see what the combinations to my right and left are. If I can count on getting enlists, got a Crimea Engineering opening that's pretty darn good. It's gonna start with me. Got Tagawa Innovative. They are going to enlist. And Saxony Militant, who possibly will, but probably won't. So, let's see if we've got our... I'm trying to find my favorite strategy here. I don't have this one memorized. Okay, there it is. What are we doing here? Higher ground advantage is definitely the one we're gonna go with. 3 mountain. So let's tier list this real quick. We've got Tagawa Innovative, which is a solid B. Saxony Militant, which is listed as A. I think that's fair. Nordic has the mechanical mat, which is listed as B, but is probably worse than B if you ask me. So that's the tier list. That's where we kind of think we are against everybody else. Let's get this started. One of the things that's nice about this is this sequence that we're going to run is we can bail out if it doesn't look like it's going to work for us. So let's go ahead and start with produce. It is a absolutely great sequence. It just bleeds cards. So that's why it's important to pay attention to what our neighbors are doing. That is not the meta Sax Militant start. We'll see what they do and see if it just turns out to be incredible. But the best Saxony Militant opening that I think anyone's been able to come up with is my 3-minute video on Saxony Militant. That is how you start my Tagawa opening. So we'll see if they track with that. Even if we don't have really quick enlists, we might be able to get away with this. Okay, this is how one of the things that I did with Saxony Militant, really before anybody else did, was just kind of bite the bullet on this move and get this character on this mountain. But usually it's either do it immediately or trade for food, which was really a little wrinkle that Poser LX added to it to get the enlist a little faster, but it was the same basic. That is also my Tagawa enlist tutorial second move. Which I wouldn't be disappointed to see at all, to be perfectly honest, because enlists out of Tagawa are going to be pretty key for keeping my my card engine going, because Saxony's probably not going to help me out too much with that. Okay, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting here. See, we're going to move this worker over to here, and this worker's going to join it. And then, like most Crimea openings, we take the combat card 1 and the combat card 1. Oh, and 4 and a 5, which is painful because I'm sure we're going to burn them unless, yeah, Tagawa moves, I think, next turn. and funnels one of those my way. We'll see. Adam PE. Okay. This is good for us because hopefully Saxony takes some food here. I mean, it's in their best interest to get an enlist either for coin or for cards. Gee, wouldn't we love an extra card the next time they have a turn? Mr. Mayor, MJ, Lee Infidel. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Mayor. First time viewer, I guess. And welcome back, Lee Infidel. Oh, he took metal. I was hoping he'd take some food. Some cards off him. No such luck, I guess. How much money we got in Nordic? 5. Expensive. I would have been tempted to go with this metal here. I get it though. Okay, this is a move out of Tog, I think. So what's fun about moving the workers to this mountain right here is we're going to produce this next turn, and that's going to give us 3 metal, which means we can get our first mech by spending a card and trading for 2 oil. And that gives us an early, gonna mean when we produce, we're going to be able to upgrade, move, and enlist, which is going to make, 1, give us the move upgrade, which is insanely good, right? And secondly, is going to mean that we get enough out of 1 produce to do the rest of our enlists. And we can theoretically end in 13 turns. This person's freewheeling it now. This is definitely not how I open, but I'll take the enlist, even if it's the only one I get for a little while. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Said producing, there's our worker star. Upgraded produce out of Nordic early. Oh, and an upgrade on the upgrade. Nordic Mechanical may be going for the upgrade star here, which is just so painful. 6 bottom row actions and no coins for it. I mean, at least on some mats, you get a good number of coins for upgrades, even though they're so slow. Burn a beautiful, beautiful 4. Drop our speed mech here. All right, there's Saxony with a, set themselves up kind of nicely. They're going to produce to the 3 metal here in a minute. What Nordic is doing is just moving way too slowly. Let's see, but Tagawa's first mech is about to come out. And this next move right here is is really key, because what we're hoping for here is we're hoping for 2 food or an enlist. That would be absolutely beautiful, either one of those. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, I think that's what Tagawa was wanting. 3 popularity is nice, don't get me wrong. Maybe tier 2 is doable with the 2 worker strat, but all right, we're gonna put 3 here. No one's river walking to this farm. Both Saxony and Nordic would come in through a mountain. Were they to rush us? Give me some food, please. No such luck. Do we want the mech? We don't want the mech. We couldn't even produce. This saves us a card at least. That was disappointing. So we got Saxony coming out on the board next turn. In what, turn 8? Not bad. They'll have to produce one more time though, or get metal. I mean, they're gonna have to get metal somewhere, and they're out of power. There's the mech out of Tog. What did Tog do last time? I thought they were getting their mech last time. Oh, they just moved to the encounter, and that's all they did. Toka. They're nowhere near a river to cross. Are they gonna come for me very, very slowly? I don't even know. Okay, this saves me a 5 card. Here's the downside though now. I've got 3 mechs. So I gotta spend 3 cards for my enlists. Which is, you know, okay, the enlists are gonna be card neutral because I spend a card with one of these food. But then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got to spend 1 card on a mech. I've got to spend 4 cards. And 3 of them don't count because they'll replete themselves. So 1 card essentially. There goes Saxony toward the factory. Turn 8 factory. I mean, this is not a bad Saxony militant opening. I don't hate it. See whether they go disarm or river walk here. That's interesting. You got 4 cards, you got no card in list, and you go card for 2 popularity. Oh no, disarm. Wanting to slow down Tagawa, any sort of progression toward the factory by Tagawa. 1 factory card and 0 upgrades. Okay. Technological breakthrough for Saxony. We got here. We got speed out of Nordic. Nordic got in the way of cards. Oh. Okay. Being aggressive here. Nordic is being aggressive, but does not have much of an economy setup, and not much in the way of bottom row actions. Need 2 upgrades. They also got a cheap combat off Saxony, and Saxony just got the cycle card that didn't make the board much weaker. Oh, that must have been send one back. No, it couldn't have been send one back. They have 4 power. Underworld, 3 tunnels. Let's say it was Underworld. Okay, this is good because Tagawa just traded for food. They'll use it next time, and we won't have to burn one of these 5s. Let's move this to a safer spot over here and eat up some of what's over here and not as safe. No one's threatening our base, so I'm gonna put this guy right here. Now it's gonna be time to exit the factory card out of Saxony. It looks like they have a tier 2 strategy in mind, which actually could be good for us. So I want to start moving toward the factory here. I'd like to pick up this encounter and then bring a second mech here, or possibly put 2 mechs right here. If I put 2 mechs right here, got to worry about being attacked and having my character sent home, which would be extremely painful. But I think I'm going to pick up 2 power after that move. Sitting at 4 to Nordic's 4. I have a 5 card. What did Nordic spend? Nordic spent a 4. Unlikely they also have a 5. Mr. Mayo, what would you say the best way to memorize openings for factions and mats is? I've been trying, but it's hard with all the combinations. I mean, it is. You're playing online, pretty much everyone I know keeps a spreadsheet in Excel or some other format they can reference, and then just time and repetition eventually start to... Okay, I don't really like this because this means that Nordic's probably going to throw 1 power here and go back to 2 cards. I was hoping to get Scout out, not this turn, but the next non-move, and maybe get a really cheap combat off of them. Well, Nordic threw down. Tagawa has no combat cards. They're about to pick one up, but completely safe bringing the character by themselves here now. No one can reach me. I'm just going to bring these resources with. Why not? $2 to gain 2 power and 2 popularity. Just $2 on pop. Power's pretty low in this game for me. Go here. Remember, I got to use a card when I do my enlists. And get 1 coin back. I'm up to 3 coins. At least I won't bleed another coin when I bring out Scout. Actually got the most power in this game now. You know how to get one of those spreadsheets. You just make an Excel spreadsheet, or you get OpenOffice and use one of their Sheets program, or even just use Google Sheets. And you just take whatever opening sequences you know, and you just put them in there. And then you make a better one. You you add it, you improve on one, you edit it, and it's just, you know, it's part of playing the game on a competitive level is sort of collecting strategies. There's also a side Discord. Um, okay, so Saxony had no power, right? So that was a pretty decent trap for them to land on. Saxony's turned in one objective already. This could be a two-star turn for them potentially. And there are a lot of strategies that people have shared in that Discord. So I can probably, I don't have Discord open right now. If you go to my YouTube homepage, there's a link to my Discord, and if you join that one and ping me, I'll definitely get you the, let's see, Tagawa won that one. We're down, but they won. I'm about to get scout. You know, I made a mistake. I should have left an extra worker here so that when I deployed scout to here, I could spread and bring a worker without losing a territory. That was a bit of an oversight there. These combats are ripe for the picking, though. That trap's been flipped. Member of both Discords, they've been a huge help. Just looking for a pre-made one so I can learn top strategies for factions I haven't played. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is just make a Excel spreadsheet, and then when a faction comes along, if you've got a strategy, put it in there. Look one up on the Discord and grab it and put it in your sheet. And then if you don't like it, don't use it. And you think of a way to make it better, make it better. But part of Scythe is strategy collection. And let's put scout right here. Now we got to start thinking about where we're going to pick up these mountains. We can't end in 13 turns because we didn't get the food off of that enlist. Or I'm sorry, we didn't get food off that first encounter. What's the score looking like? Oh, we're behind, but don't pay attention to that. Not yet. Saxony going to be a problem with their tier 2? Possibly. Okay, they moved out of range there. Kind of too bad, but we're going to get a literally free combat off Tagawa. Unless they, I mean, they're going to bolster probably. Oh, now they have 2 cards. That's too bad. Ran over there, but you can only use Toko once a turn. This one's still stuck. Oh, but I have to flip a different. Attack this one though. Probably 4 coins. Yep. Is it Ronin? Not Ronin. All right, how are we going to do this? Get a factory card. Let's roll the dice here. I think coins. 2 pop, even better. Okay, there's scout once. How are we doing on power against everybody else? Just great. Send a little power and save some of these 5s. Enemy use disarm. I lose 2 power. Well, that's not right. Little visual bug there. All right, stole a 4. They had a 3 too. Mr. Mayor, I do have a spreadsheet, but I don't pass it out. I hope you understand. The Nice Twin, man, it's so great to catch you live every time. My buddies and I play Scythe. We look at your videos after the game, see if we play our faction map like you would. It's been a great way to learn the game. Cheers. Thanks for joining the Nice Twin. I appreciate that. Let's see, what do we got here? What do we got here? What do we still have to do? We got to move one more time and get an enlist. I guess this is the best bet. It would at least give us power, but we just got both of our. I mean, this doesn't do anything for us. I don't want to spend my cards. And we just spend a card here if we did this. But I don't need upgrades, so I guess I'll take this. Upgrade is more likely on the board than buildings. Now we're up, see? See, this is where when I was Nordic, it would have been nice to take that metal early, because see, now Nordic doesn't even have Seaworthy to challenge the factory with. And with this spot blocked, it'd take Saxony forever to get back to the factory. See, this strategy works great if you get cards from your neighbors, and Tagawa did. You run out of cards, it's not so great, but I got lucky with some 5s. Oh, and there's another card. And we've got 2 mountains. And I mean, there's one that's accessible, and there's one that's accessible through Wayfair. The chance that we get denied mountains at this point is very low. Saxony needs a really good spread turn. This game is probably over. I mean, they still don't even have Riverwalk. They can't invade the base and take our food. That's why we left it there. And Tagawa just can't cover that much distance. Put it there. Reinforce a spot no one can reach, but we can bring this worker up 2 spaces moving that way. A little bit more spread if we bump this worker, but I don't want to knock Nordic down the ladder unless, well, they're already last, so it won't matter. Up by 8. Unless once someone stops it, this is turn 14. Oh, for sure, Mr. Mayor. I've kept one for years. I share most of the strategies I have, though, either in the Discord or in the videos. There aren't really many strategies I just keep secret, to be honest with you. The ones that, I mean, occasionally I'll make one and then just not get around to putting it in the Discord and just not get around to making a video with it. So some will sort of stay under wraps for that reason for a while. But that's not so much intentional hiding. It's just consequence of not having an opportunity to use it. Gonna do Nordic. Drop a seaworthy mech maybe. A little too little too late though, I'm afraid. Yeah, they could probably take the factory from us. Except for the cards we have, and they would need another turn to do it. Another produce out of Tagawa. Which mech? Nobi, right? Nope, Ronin. Yeah, they're right there, I guess. They couldn't flip it, but they could come back and attack. All right, so let's not disturb the natural order of things. The way be sporting about this. This is game. Higher ground, 1, 2, 3 mountains. I'm not going to just maximize my points here. I don't need to. Not going to bump stuff willy-nilly, just margin of victory doesn't actually do anything when it comes to elo and such. Good game, y'all. Let's see, JC. I only started playing semi recently. Had the meta involved over the past 3 years to the point where build orders from 3 years ago are obsolete. I feel like I would 100% watch a video going over meta trends in Scythe. 3 years. A lot changed from 2018 to 2020. And then the pandemic hit and a lot of people dove into Scythe a lot. And then I'd say the meta changed a lot between 2000 and 2001. So one of my most viewed videos and one of my first videos, by the way, good game everybody. You're watching on the recorded one on YouTube. This was a fun one for watching.